Hi, it's Charlena with Weight Release the New Thought Way. It I apologize that it's so late in the evening. I kind of got back here and my main thought was to water the plant. So I didn't even think about it and then I made my dinner. All right, so anyway, Weight Release the New Thought Way and its affirmations. So I alluded to Louise Hay and her pronouncements of what each part of the body fat means. If you have fat on your arms, and I'll get to that. But before I get to that, I really wanted to talk about energy. We, and I ended on this, we are energy that's stuck together, right? And just to prove that, I would like you to listen to something that you haven't listened to in a very, very long time, but it's kind of one of your favorite things. So that is your homework for tonight. Listen to something that you haven't listened to in a very long time that is kind of your favorite, but you just haven't had the time to listen to it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I was, okay, for the last, oh my gosh, maybe the last 25 years, I have always wanted to go to Italy. I sing in Italian because I'm classically trained and I love the way the language sounds. And I love speaking it. I've taken Italian class. Now you might be wondering what is all of this about affirmations and weight relief, but you'll see in a moment. So, but for longer still than that, I have been trying to learn Spanish, and I know some words to get myself along. And it was funny when I first moved to New York. I was fresh off of learning French. I'd taken 4 years of French. Um, Two in high school and two in college. And so that was uppermost in my mind whenever someone spoke to me, and invariably it was someone who was speaking Spanish. And I would translate it in French and speak to them, and they had no idea what I was talking about. So the other day, I was listening to some meditation. I usually listen to music meditation. Especially like piano and violin. But today, that day, I was listening to a guided meditation, and it was in Italian, and I could feel my entire being come alive with every word that was spoken in reference to being mindful and aware and in the present, as this person spoke in Spanish, in Italian, and it was just unreal. I mean, the hairs on my back of my neck rose. My my it was like my blood just got warm. Now we are, and we'll be going over this, but we are encouraged in Neville Goddard, in feeling what it is that we desire. And one of my desires centered around Italy and and the Italian language is that I have wanted to. I have been, maybe, and see, maybe that's it. I've wanted to, which is wanted is lack. I have been desirous of going to Italy for the past, oh my gosh, 25 years. 25 years. I keep saying it's calling me, it's calling me, it's calling me. Well, I decided to get rid of it's calling me. I am going in the summer of 2023. So, and I can feel the welling up of the excitement of knowing that I am going in the summer of 2023. So, our affirmations are energetic statements of truth that we are not putting to the test, but but instead we are speaking what is true, what God has given us to be true, and by repeating them, it gets our blood roaring and ready to go and in anticipation. So that is why I brought up energy and energetic response, because it was just so amazing when it happened and I realized what was going on, that I was just filled to the brim, and my body was overjoyed with hearing this Italian being spoken. So I just wanted to share that with you. Now, in reference to Louise Hay, I have some notes, and I thought I would read to you what she says. Each part of your body that has excess fat, what that means. All right, so she, let me just say that when you are practicing this statement of truth, you want to first accept who you are, say the statement of truth, whatever it is, and then let it go. Right? So now, Louise Hay, arm fat. She says that's the resistance, and I did tell you about this one. That is the resistance of receiving love. So, um, it usually the fat of the body part usually means that there is a block in terms of in terms of your desires, and the arm fat is the resistance of beauty, or of the way you look. So you might have really fat arms, and I find that interesting too, because um if we're resistant to love, that means that we are resistant to receiving love, to responding to love. We are unconsciously aware of the other's divinity. So, um, what we really need to do is to be in the present, accept what they're giving us, and just go with it. Just go with it. All right, I'm not going to get too bogged down. Belly fat, and that's an anger that's been denied unlimited nourishment. Oh, I almost couldn't read that. Unlimited nourishment. And so we get angry. So say you did something fantastic and you know it's going to go over well, then you do it, and only a few people give you a kind of a warm reception. Are you going to take that to heart and believe that they understood it all and they were just messing with you? Or is it someone who was near a shopping cart, or whatever, wherever you are, and but they never returned the favor or never returned the compliment at all? So now, anyway, so that belly fat is denied nourishment of whatever that entails, because a lot of people think of as think of do not think of water as nourishment. That's why we can go so long without food, whereas water, it's about 3 days. Food, I think it's about six days to a week without food. Alrighty, and then the hip area, that is anger that is towards your parents, and you're very stubborn about it. The thighs, the inner thighs, are childhood anger and rage at your father. So if you've ever felt no, all sorts of no, um, all sorts of no am I trying to say? No fat in the belly that you're trying to release. You have to think about it and let go. And then there's hip fat, which is, as we all know, quite stubborn. And that is both the hip and the thigh are from when we were children and we were angry at our parents. So the thigh fat is rage at our father. And I know there was a time when I, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, I think, my thighs, when I walked, would rub together. I didn't know this until, I don't know, it had to have been fairly recent in the last year. But I released a lot of that. And now I remember when I found out that my excuse me, my legs weren't touching. It was the most exciting and exquisite day of my life when I was walking. I didn't have to put on shorts underneath unless I wanted to. And in this case, even though I'm wearing a dress, I always have wanted to. So I did. So fat in securities happen as we eat, and it resonates with our mind and body. And just so you know what's going on with these words, Serena is a world class tennis player who is projecting energetic winds every time she steps on the court, and you can too. So, in reference to securities, or we're talking about, in this case, I want to say, but that's not true. Never mind. I was going to say that it was a particular name, but I'm not going to say that because it's not true. So feel securities in hidden belly fat, and which means there's something going on with your relationships. Work, perhaps you're not getting your um, apologizing. Um, so you have relationships, work, life, change. Not sure what the change means. And being at one with yourself. Now, the system is in reference to false thank you. So if you have encumbrances, you will probably leave New York altogether, and your facial forcing your facial hairs, and also hmm. All right. So all right. I'm going to leave it right there because I'm at 13. I'm going to leave a comment down at the bottom to say, listen to something that makes sure that you absolutely love. And I want you to be present and feel, and then comment below how you felt after you pushed to the top of your feelings about something wonderful that is happening or is about to happen. All right, so this is Charlena with Rate Release the New Thought Way. Tomorrow we'll talk about oils, essential oils, and affirmations and weight release. All right, until then, please sign up below and so I can capture your email and send you stuff. But more importantly, so that you will get uh, each of the installments as they come out. Again, Charlena with Weight Release, the New Thought Way.